It all started with the muffin top, that telltale spillage of flesh over the top of a tight waistband. Then came the bingo wing, the supposedly shaming droop of flesh beneath middle-aged arms, or maybe it was the cankle, chubby ankle, or the saggy knee. I forget now. It's hard for women to keep track of which specific body part is currently being shamed to death, when it seems to be open season on all of them. But even by the demented standards of female self-flagellation, the emergence of arm vagina, aka the slight fold of flesh created where the average arm meets the average body, is a low point. If you're reading this in a public place and unable immediately to check whether you have arm vagina, then let me help, you almost certainly do. Everyone does. It's basically a normal human armpit, which tends to involve some spare capacity in the flesh department, what with it being difficult to raise your arm otherwise. But in Hollywood, having a freakishly fat-free underarm as taut and smooth as a plastic Barbie doll's, is apparently the new goal. In a long list of mad things female actors are conditioned to worry about exposing on the red carpet, arm vagina is the one that comes up all the time, as the celebrity stylist Rebecca Corbin-Murray told The Times this week. Merely having ABS that could crack walnuts and a face betraying no sign of human aging isn't good enough anymore, presumably on the grounds that nothing is ever good enough for women making a living in the public eye, and consequently for self-conscious teenagers striving to copy them. Spend hours in the gym diligently removing all possible vestiges of flesh beneath your arms and the snipers would only move on to something else, although God knows there isn't much left to pick on. Eyebrow pudge? Overweight elbows? Do the back of my knees look big in this? In fairness to Corbin-Murray, she wasn't arguing that ordinary women should panic about the beauteousness or otherwise of their armpits, or that doing so was in any sense rational. She was merely pointing out, as a person who gets paid to protect women from public shaming on the red carpet, how freakishly difficult that has become. But she was doing so as part of one of those fluffy what not to wear this Christmas spreads aimed at perfectly normal, intelligent women who read stuff like this at the end of a long day because fashion's meant to be fun, a cheery distraction from worrying about Donald Trump accidentally starting a nuclear war. And the trouble is, this isn't fun. It's cruel, and it goes way beyond projecting an ideal of female beauty in the way the movie industry always will. Men in real life don't go around sexually rejecting women solely on the grounds that their armpits could have been a bit more toned. No sane person ever chose a film to watch on this basis. All moral qualms aside, there's not even an obvious commercial imperative to making actors feel quite this paranoid. So why do the fashion, film, and media industries still contrive to make women feel there's something gross and hateful about their very flesh, the space they occupy in the world? The way Hollywood exercises power over women has been a hot topic since the first allegations against Harvey Weinstein emerged, and yet we have in some ways been slow to join the dots between individuals' behavior and the culture in which this power came to seem almost normal.